Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday College Series. So excited to have everybody here today. And if you are just joining, please go ahead and make sure you mute so that we don't have any background noise during the presentation. Today, we're excited to have Baylor University, Northern Arizona University, and University of Illinois providing us with presentations. Vassar College, I just received a message saying that they are not able to come today. I will provide the contact information for the representative in the group chat shortly, and feel free to go ahead and reach out directly to the representative if you have questions that you want to go ahead and have answered. Let me see here. So just to let you know, there are a few college fairs, open houses coming up. Bellis Academy is having a virtual open house today. We continue to have our virtual college fair. And then the other one that I just found out about was 7 liberal colleges that break the mold. That's being held today at 4 p.m. And the link is right on the college corner. Also, just as a reminder, the UC applications, they did extend their deadline to December 4th, and the Cal State applications are due December 4th. As far as the College Corner, you can go ahead to the Scripps Ranch High School Foundation website, and on there you'll find the College Corner that provides the information to or lists all of the Wednesday College series that we have, as well as the information on any upcoming college fairs. And then we also have our virtual college fair, and that there's a link right here. And when you go on there, this is what it looks like. And on there, you're going to find presentations, recordings of the Wednesday College series, as well as 2-minute presentations that have been provided by our local representatives that contact us at the high school. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here and hand it over to Baylor University.
Hi guys, I'm Amira Alvarado and I'm the admissions counselor at Baylor. You think by this point I would have just have it such a smooth transition, but not there yet. This is my last high school visit for the fall and I'm so glad it's with you guys. When I found the date, I was like, okay, I'm still going to do it even though it's December. So again, I'm Amira Alvarado from Baylor, and we are a private Christian university located in Waco, Texas. Waco is about an hour and a half between Dallas and Austin. So it's easy for students to fly in and out of Dallas, get down to Waco. There is an airport in Waco, but most students just find it really easy to get back and forth. I just mentioned that because always parents are asking, like, how is my student going to get to Baylor? It's not a problem. But Waco is definitely not a huge city, but it is, I think, a great college town and a great complement to what Baylor does offer as a university. There's a river next to campus where students go paddle boating, kayaking, park with hiking and running trails. There's even an In-N-Out right across from campus, so you'll have that taste of home. Great downtown area, little shops and restaurants. Baylor has 14,000 students on campus, but as you can see, our average class size is only 26 and student faculty ratio is 14:1. So it's best of both worlds. Great traditions, academics, sports, all of those things that you want, but then still kind of the smaller classroom experience where professors know you, know your name, and that kind of thing. We have over 140 majors for you to choose from. They are not impacted, so you can apply undecided. You can apply with one major, change it along the way, but we do want you to graduate in 4 years, so you'll meet with an advisor to make sure you're on track for that. Some of our top programs are pre-med, pre-law, business, education, nursing, engineering. I guess I could go on, but I won't list all 150. What I do want you to know is that you'll have a lot of experience outside of the classroom through internships, research. A lot of opportunities are available, even though, again, Waco isn't a huge city. And so with academics, your professors hold office hours. They're available to meet with you. They care about you, more than just your academic side. They care about you as a whole person. We also have a lot of support for students with free tutoring, our Office of Access and Learning Accommodations for students with learning differences, and just really a lot of support along the way. talking kind of about the fun side of Baylor or college, we definitely want you to enjoy your time while you're at Baylor. I mentioned that we are a Christian university. It's definitely important to who we are, but we do have students from all different backgrounds and religions. So all of our students take 2 courses and then 2 semesters of chapel. Beyond that, there's a lot of ways to get involved, but those are the only requirements. And we are a predominantly white institution. It's something that we're aware of. And so we want to create space for students from diverse backgrounds to have community and to find community. But our Office of Multicultural Affairs also does really great events that are campus-wide. So things like Stomp Fest, Holy Fest, Fiesta, and different things to kind of bring the whole university together as well. We have over 330 student organizations. So everything from academic, service, social. We do have Greek life, but we're not a Go Greek or Go Home campus. So if you want to get involved, great. But if you find out it's not the right fit, you can get connected other ways. We do have deferred rush, so you don't do that before you start. You'll do that after Christmas break. So you spend that first semester kind of getting used to campus, see if it's something that you want to do. We're also D1 in the Big 12. And of course, it's Texas, so football is a thing, although I'd like to say we didn't really have a season this year with COVID, but we did our best. We had a new coach. It's been fun. Basketball, we'll see how our game does tonight. And so all of your tickets are included for home games, and it's just really fun to go out and support the Bears. We also, Baylor is the oldest university in Texas dating back to 1845, which makes us older than the state of Texas, just a fun bragging right, I guess. So we do have a lot of longstanding traditions. The Baylor line is one of my favorite. There's a river next to campus I mentioned. Our football stadium is just on the other side of the river. So everything's bigger in Texas. We have tailgating. Every school has tailgating, but we're one of few schools that also has sailgating, where students can get on boats and be out on the water before games. And then all of our first year students get a bright gold jersey with their nickname and class year on back. Before every home football game, they run across the field, form a tunnel for the coaches and team to run through, and then they sit right on the 50-yard line behind the opposing team. So that's a really fun experience. Randomly, Dr. Pepper was invented in Waco, and so every Tuesday we have free Dr. Pepper floats for our students as just a way to take a break from classes, hang out with your friends, and have a little treat. And then just quickly going to talk through the application process. Our application is free. We do have 3 different options. We don't have a preference. I personally think Common App is great because we get everything at once. After you submit your Common App or Apply Texas, you get an email to create your Go Baylor account. That's really your portal where you can check to see what we have, what we're missing. Our first deadline this year was November 2nd. Usually early action is November 1st. So if there's any juniors in the room, keep that in mind for next year. If you're a senior and you didn't make the November 2nd deadline, you can still apply with our February 1st deadline. If you have questions about that, I can get in touch with you, or you can get in touch with me. And so then submitting the required items. So we did go test optional this year. I'm hoping that will remain test optional for next year, but we're still waiting for confirmation on that. So if you have a test score, great. If you haven't, that's okay. And then of course your transcript and essay, and then the recommended items. More than ever, I would say this year we do encourage students to submit those just so we have more information about you to make the best decision. We're looking for students who are a good fit for Baylor and vice versa, and so that's a great way to share with that with the admissions committee. And financial aid, I know this is a really big, important topic, especially with your parents. Over 92% of our students do receive some type of financial aid. Our merit scholarships are automatically awarded. They're based off of test score, or sorry, this year they're based just off of GPA because we are test optional. They range from $12,000 to $23,000 and they are renewable for all 4 years. We also have need-based aid available based off of the FAFSA as well as a CSS profile. They're not required, but it doesn't hurt your merit to submit those. And then we have additional opportunities for scholarship as well. So there are different opportunities like $3,000 renewable scholarship, full tuition, all the way up to a full ride. Those are different programs. And if you're a senior, there is another deadline on February 10th. So reach out and I can get you connected for that. And then finally, I know we're still in a pandemic. We were able to host tours this fall for seniors, and we're hoping to do that in the spring. We don't have anything on the calendar yet, but you can email our visit team and they'll put you on a list. We also have a million more Zoom options because I know that's exactly what you want to do is one more Zoom meeting, but you can do a campus Zoom tour or a campus tour through Zoom, meet with a current student, academic department, really anything that we can do to help get Baylor to you in this crazy time. And those are 2 bears that live on campus, Lady and Joy, and they are doing a Sick 'em Bears, and our students are the bear trainers, which is just something fun and pretty unique that you could put that on your resume. So with that, I will put a link in the chat box if you would like to fill it out to let us know you're here today. We do send you something fun in the mail, so it's worth a second, but don't do it right now. Do it at the end after you hear about these great other schools. And now I'm going to turn it over to Betsy.
Thank you, Amira. Let's see if I can, stop sharing. See if we can share Betsy's screen here. Yes. Hold on one moment. Still looking for my stuff here. Hold on just a second. Hold on one second. Let's see, all my windows here all at once. Oh, where did we go? Here we are. Let's see. Hopefully you can all see my screen in a moment. Let's see from the current slide. Let me know if you can, I think you can see that. Okay, hopefully in the next couple seconds. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, you've got 3 great schools that you're listening here today, all a part of RAC, the Regional Admission Counselors of California. So we're all based in the West as well too, which makes it nice. My name is Betsy Rugg-Stassen, and I'm the regional coordinator here in California for California admissions for Northern Arizona University. It's a little bit different as far as weather goes in different parts of the country as well too. NAU, even though we are up in Arizona, we're actually in the colder part of Arizona. There is actually a colder part of Arizona up at 7,000 feet. So if you've ever been to Big Bear or Tahoe, that's kind of what the weather would be like in up in sunny northern Arizona, a little bit different from the rest of Arizona as well too, and California, where we get 4 distinct seasons for students. So if you ever wanted to see what it's like a little bit, not too far away from most of Southern California, from Scripps Ranch, probably about a 7-hour drive, maybe a little bit more. Again, because we're up at 7,000 feet above sea level, we do get some weather there as well too. Sometimes 100 inches of snow throughout the whole year. Starts sometimes in November. Actually, they've already gotten snow already, and it can continue actually all the way through spring. But that's what it's like up there too. We do get just as many sunny days as Southern California though, so keep that in mind. It's still very sunny. That snow melts very quickly. And as far as being different from the rest of Arizona and even San Diego County, it's actually the only city, Flagstaff's the only city in Arizona, major city, that has actually never reached 100 degrees. So if we ever think it's a little bit too warm here sometimes in Southern California, or like I said, you wanted to experience all 4 seasons as well too. Lots of outdoor adventures that you can participate in as well too. The Grand Canyon is only about an hour and a half away from NAU. It's about an hour and a half north. I think we are the closest university to the Grand Canyon, or one of the closest. Flagstaff is right in downtown. NAU is right next to the downtown of Flagstaff as well too. Usually about a 10 to 20 minute walk, depending where you are on campus. We have more than 400 clubs and organizations for you to take advantage of. If you are a Star Wars fan, you can take advantage of the Lightsaber Club as well too. We are Division I athletics. Our mascot is Louie the Lumberjack. The Lumberjacks is our mascot because Flagstaff did start as a logging community way back in the day. We actually have a logging team at NAU, but lots of support for students while you're at NAU. We have about 20,000 undergraduate students, so it's considered a mid to pretty much large university, but the average class size is about 35 with a 19-to-1 student faculty ratio, 9 academic colleges, including an honors college as well. Some of our more popular majors, what we're known for is nursing, probably the best nursing program in the state of Arizona. Hotel and restaurant management has become very popular and very good, possibly because of where we're located too, about 2 hours north of Phoenix, uphill and north from Phoenix. From Sedona, it's about 45 minutes away from Sedona, northeast of Sedona as well. So that's probably why hotel and restaurant management has become very big at NAU. Engineering, we're kind of known for too, criminal justice, psychology. We actually started as a teacher's college back in 1899. So we kind of have our roots as far as education goes as well too. That was just a few years after Pluto was discovered in Flagstaff. It is a dark sky city, so beautiful stargazing at night, and that's why it does get very cold sometimes at night as well too, but lots to do on campus and off. As far as our first year requirements to NAU, we have been test optional for many years and will continue to do so, just so you know, and these are just the 16 core courses that we look at for admission. You will have taken many more than 16 by the time you graduate from Scripps Ranch, but that's kind of what we concentrate on. If you have an unweighted core GPA in those 16 courses with not missing any of those courses with a 3.0 or higher, you're pretty much going to be guaranteed admission to NAU. However, if you're below that, but you are not missing more than 1 course in any 2 areas and not missing both a 4th year of math or a third year of a lab science, you'll also pretty much be guaranteed admission to NAU. We are on rolling admission, so we're actually still getting applications. This is probably the time of year we're getting the most of our applications, but it's actually open until May. Our deposit deadline, like most universities, is not until May 1st. And for you juniors, our application actually opens up in July. So if you think of, you can apply in July, that's how early it opens up for our students. And we are also part of the Western Undergraduate Exchange. You may have been looking at some other universities here in the West that are part of it. There's actually 15 states that are part of it as well, and about 150 universities. There are going to be public state universities in these Western states. So with your discount from the Western Undergraduate Exchange, your tuition alone at NAU will be just under $16,000 for this year. Everything together, room, board, tuition, Starbucks, Jamba Juice, going to the movies, it's about $34,000 a year. So we're very on par with and comparable to all the UCs and some of the Cal States as well too. We also have some scholarships tied to that Western Undergraduate Exchange too that you might be eligible for as well. They're $5,000 or $6,000 a year. So that can bring you down to actually just below what in-state tuition is for our Arizona residents, or just above that as well too. So all of our majors are included in the WUI as well. There's no additional application to apply for that. It's for 4 years. And I'm going to, oh, and also, I'm sorry, one more thing about our virtual tours. As Amira had said, a lot of us universities have tons of virtual options for you to visit us as well, but we do have tours in person as well too. I'm going to put, when I'm done, my information in the chat. So if you did want to come to campus, we know here, especially in California, we're being told extreme caution as far as if you're traveling or anything too. But if you did come to campus, you can zip me an email and we can arrange a personal tour for you if you are planning to take that trip to the colder part of Arizona. And I will stop sharing my screen so that James for Illinois can start sharing his presentation. Thanks for having us.
All right, let me get this thing going. Can you see mine by chance?
Yep.
It's all good?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Let me go back in time. Hold on now. A second here. All right, my name is James Gilbey. I'm with the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. I'm so glad to have all you guys listen to some college talk. So I've been with the University of Illinois for quite a while. I've been in admissions for actually quite a while. And a little bit about the University of Illinois. We are all about the power of the I, innovation. We've been doing a big thing about I and what I means for us. And we're really big on innovating. And that's throughout our campus. I think even recently, we 6 months ago now, a little less, we came up with our own COVID-19 test. So we have a large population of students on our campus. We have a high rate of testing going on. And that started middle of August. Our students are tested twice a week, and that is with our own saliva-based testing. But I always tell students that's solution, problem, innovation. And that's what we kind of look at the University of Illinois. We really want students to really think outside of the box, just like our leadership did when we brought our students on campus with a lot of safety protocols. But innovation has gone through the University of Illinois for quite a while. We are a land grant university. A lot of students don't know what that is. It means that we are given land by the state government. Abraham Lincoln was pretty much our founding father. What's one good thing about being a land grant university is that we have a lot of land, and we have 3 things that a lot of schools don't have. We have a vet school, medical school, and law school all on our campus. And we're so big that we can't get any bigger on land. And that's just because we are given that 1850, so quite a while ago. But I think innovation has come through, as I mentioned before. YouTube founder is from us, Yelp, YouTube. So, I mean, innovation has gone through a lot, I think, in different industries, not just computer science and the computer engineering side, but also from different variations of it. So we really want our students to innovate. And I feel like we really are a big belief in that. This is kind of where we're located. We are about 2.5 hours south of Chicago, depending on how fast you drive, but don't drive too fast. There are a lot of police officers on that highway going straight down. But We're not that far from Chicago, but far enough. We're 2.5 hours south of is St. Louis, and then an hour and a half is from Indianapolis. Those are some of the three largest cities in the Midwest. So we're right in between all three of those. Champaign-Urbana is a college town, but it's also not very small. We're right around 280,000 people within Champaign-Urbana. And both Champaign-Urbana have downtown area. We call this kind of micro-urban because they both have urban downtown areas. We have College Town that surrounds our campus, what we call College Town. Tons of things to do on campus. And we really want our students to really kind of grasp that. But if you do look at Los Angeles, and obviously you're in San Diego, it's the same kind of the same way to get to Champaign-Urbana from where I would even leave from Orange County. San Diego to Dallas, and then we have our own actual airport, and then also Chicago is another way to get down to Champaign-Urbana. Our airport is right off of campus, so it's not too hard to get to us. A lot of students will take the bus or subway down, or the bus or drive. So like I said, it's about 2.5 hours. By enrollment, by residency, non-resident, it's a pretty big number for us. Most of that non-resident is from the state of California. We just get over about 325 students from the state of California, which is by far the most. A lot of those students are coming from Northern California, San Jose, prospectively, the most. And then San Diego proper is the second. We obviously have a pretty large international population looking at that number. So we're really big on that international perspective. You're not that far from someone who speaks a different language or culture than you. So we're really proud about that for our residency. Campus profile, just right around under 34,000 undergraduate, puts us right in the middle of the Big Ten for our population of students. We are very big on diversity, and we're really lucky to be so close to the Chicagoland area. And a lot of our students are coming from the Chicagoland area, so it makes it a very diverse campus, but also we're getting students from every state as well, and obviously international. So it really is a diverse campus at UIUC. This is the most important page. I always tell students, academic communities, where you kind of want to be. And, you know, juniors, I think this is a great time to think about where you want to be within the academic college. We are direct admit. We have two majors that you can apply to at UIUC. You have your first major, or you can apply as a secondary major as well. Some students will only apply to the first major. We understand that if that's only what you want to do. We are known for Grange College Engineering. That is a top 10 engineering school. I think computer science this year is number 5, but that varies. But computer engineering, mechanical, civil, physics is a big one for us, and material science. Those are some well-known ones. Bioengineering is another one. Also, business is highly ranked. Geese College of Business is the only college where students will apply undeclared. They have 2 years to find out their major, but all the other majors you have to kind of come in and have a direct idea what you want to do. Agriculture, computer science, environmental sciences, which we call ACES, is some great programs. Tech Savvy, we have some business programs in that as well. And also that's where our animal science program is. We have a 1,600-acre farm on our campus, a lot of animals, you name it, we have it. But a lot of students don't know about ACES that are applying to sometimes our engineering school, and they find out later that they probably belonged at ACES. So it's great opportunities. College of Liberal Arts Science, our biggest department, 150 programs in that. Our CS Plus programs are computer science plus 10 other degrees are in that college. We founded those in 1990. A lot of other schools have copied our kind of model, but those are some great programs there. We don't have just biology. We have integrated molecular. That's also liberal arts college, but that's so diverse. You have law, you have so many things in liberal arts. Another college I want to point out is our College of Fine Art and Applied Arts in our School of Design. A lot of schools don't know, a lot of students don't know about that. We are really competitive within that department. Some cool programs. Architecture program is highly ranked, especially theater and music. So if you're in the arts, that's pretty cool. And I'll just have one more shout out to information sciences. If you're big on analytics and data, that's a great school. There's only 40 kids in that school. It's pretty competitive. So if you don't know what you want to do, check out our College Explorer. If you Google UIUC Explorer, you can compare and contrast majors. I like this because you can really look at what we're looking at for students. And I always tell students and parents, you're going to get a lot of information. And this is something you can compare with other colleges as well, if you're not really sure what you want to get into. I only review for engineering, and I always find a lot of students don't know what kind of engineering they're applying for. If you go on our Major Explorer, it's really going to give you details. It's going to give you graduation rates, which is highly important. And also it gives you what you're going to be studying. I think this is a really good look at, especially if you're a junior. Senior, I think this is a little bit too, sometimes too late, but if you're still unsure about your major, this is a great exploratory. And I even have my kids use it. Student involvement, we're big on involvement. Like I said, we got a big game coming up tonight. Big Ten, sports, a lot of activities on campus. We're big on research. We are a tier 1 research university, $600 million just on research alone. We have Research Park, 150 companies on our campus. That literally means they are on our campus. So if you Google UIC Research Park, you'll find tons of companies on our campus. We have some alumni, YouTube, PayPal, we have Amazon. Those are some great opportunities. I always tell students to look at the job listings on that. It really is amazing. And we're trying to get students jobs before they even graduate. And I think that's really helpful. We also have an Enterprise Works building with 42,000 square foot. Students can go there and learn management skills. They can do startups. So there's some great opportunities at Research Park. We are big on global experiences, study abroad. I am an alum of study abroad. I went to Yonsei University. We have any Korean speakers, Hanguk Garayo and Yoseo. I loved my global experience at Yonsei University. We have one of the largest study abroad programs in the nation, and a lot of other schools will use our study abroad offices. Great opportunities there. But if you've been involved at Scripps Ranch, please get involved wherever you go. I think that's really important when you are going to college. These are by the numbers. Like I mentioned on intern research, 68% of our students have to do research or participate in research. Some of our research are built into our programs, i.e. like biology, biochemistry, our ACES program. But we have a research office if you want to get involved in research and other aspects. So I tell students, if you're college, or let's say if you're in business and your college doesn't have as many research opportunities, you can go to a research office and find other opportunities to do that. Big on internships, as I mentioned, and study abroad. Illini Success. This is a website just showing what students are doing after they graduate after 3 years. We're really proud about what our students are doing after they graduate. So if you Google UIUC Illini Success, go to our annual reports, and then look at your college that you're interested in. It looks at graduation rates. It gives you information on learn rate. And a lot of students don't want learn rate. When companies actually do job interviews, they rate you on how much you actually know before you get the job. Our learn rate is one of the highest, I think, from what we can see with our companies when they hire students. So they are coming and knowing what their job entails, which is really cool. These are some information about how to apply. We have the My Illini Coalition. If you're applying to multiple schools, add us to the coalition. But if you're just really applying to Illinois, My Illini is easiest. Requirements, online application, pretty easy enough. Our application fee is $50 for domestic, $75 for international. If you have a fee waiver, please have your counselor contact me, and then I will get that fee waiver to them. We are big on course rigor, depending on what major you're applying to. Like engineering, we're looking for more rigor in the STEMs, math and science, which would be different, let's say, than journalism and media, something that I got a degree in. We're probably looking more at the social sciences. But again, we are pretty competitive for our admissions process. So we really do look at that academic rigor and what classes you are taking throughout your high school experience. We are test optional in every sense of the word this year. We are not sure about next year. That could continue to be the same, but I always tell students to check out in June. That's when our messaging will go out about if we are test optional. Extracurriculars, we want students to be busy. When they come to UIUC, but also it will look at their extracurriculars on their application to see if they were involved, and depending on if they're involved in the major that they're applying to. We do understand you guys are at home, so we are understanding about the situation that students are in right now with extracurriculars. Essay is very important for us. It really tells us and tells us what you're interested in doing. It is major specific. So I tell students to really keep it concurrent through high school years. We don't need the backstory of when you're in elementary school, and really answer the prompt. And really give us that information. Those are our dates, September 1st and November 15th. So that is early action. And then our regular application filing period ends January 5th. That is a hard date. But again, with a lot of our majors, I would recommend in the future, if you're juniors, to get that in before November 15th. We only have one notification date this year. Before we would have two, and that's mid-February, and it's on a Friday afternoon generally. That's it for me. I will put my some information about our visits. We do visits at 4 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock PM every day. So if you're interested in learning more about UIEC, you can learn more from our on-campus staff and even maybe myself. Thanks so much for listening to me, and I'm going to pass it off to Ginger. Thank you. Stop sharing.
Oh, you're muted, Ginger.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. That was great presentations. Can everybody hear me now? I hope. Great presentations. Does any students have any questions that they would like to pose at all? I know that James went into quite a bit on internships and job opportunities. I wonder if we could go back to Betsy and Amira and have you guys kind of mention a little bit about that for your campuses.
Sure, go ahead, Amira. Oh, okay. Yeah, at NAU, we have them for every single major, internships and externships, job opportunities right on campus. We have actually something called Campus Handshake. I think it's the name of that a lot of colleges have for theirs as well, too. So you can actually get a job right on campus as well, especially if it's related to your major. You can work right into the department as well, too. And so it will pair you with your intended major and local employers, or even some back here in California. So for every single one of our 97 majors, a lot of opportunities to do that as well too. And I'm sure Baylor does as well too.
Yeah. Did you want to mention about job placement or anything like that?
Sure. Oh, sure. Sorry, job placement too. Sorry. Yeah, it depends on the major too, but for most of them, it's, depending on the major, 100% job placement or with graduate school as well too. I'm sure also for engineering, for at graduate school placement for most of our majors as well too, for our nursing majors, especially education majors as well too. So yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, of course. And for Baylor, again, a lot of programs internships built into the degree plan. If there was a major that didn't have it, you could talk with your professor, the department, they would help get that set up. A lot of students will choose to do their internship over the summer so they can kind of devote more time to it, either coming back to California or, even going somewhere else. Some students will even do, well, in a non-COVID world, would do their, internship study abroad at the same time. So that it just depends on your major. With job placement within 3 months of graduating, 86% of our students are in jobs or grad school. For some of the majors, like at Arizona, it goes up to 100%. So it really just depends. But there is a lot of support throughout the process while you're in your undergrad with our career and professional development office, where they do job fairs, internship fairs, resume writing workshops. I'm sure that both schools have that as well. So you're not just going to graduate and then be like, okay, now what? So there's definitely a lot of support for that.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think we've reached our time this week. I just want to say thank you very, very much to James, Betsy, and Amira for being here today. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate it. And until next week, we'll see you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Ginger.
you very much.
Bye, guys.